Hi all, I'm Justin Bellinger, Chief Exec for Shaw Guernsey and also Industry Lead for the Tech and E-commerce group of Chamber of Guernsey. As we move into this phase of, crisis as usual, wanted to talk with you about some tips that we've picked up as an industry sector for working from home. So I want to talk to you briefly about productivity, connectivity, and just a little bit at the end about how we keep sane in this new normal that we're all experiencing. So first up, onto productivity. Working from home from an IT perspective, it's just as important to keep your IT infrastructure up to date at home as it is within the workplace. For those of us that aren't fortunate enough to have systems administrators working virtually round the clock, do please make sure you keep your laptop or computer patched up to date with all the latest software updates ready installed. A few of our businesses will see that their sysadmins are doing this already, but it's really, really important to keep on top of that. As we sort of disperse our organisations, for the larger organisations, collaboration tools become really, really important. Whether it's Microsoft Teams or Google Hangouts or Cisco WebEx, or even for our smaller organisations, video conferences via Apple's FaceTime or WhatsApp video are really, really important ways of keeping in contact. Something I did notice a little early in the week is that a number of businesses are turning to Zoom for their collaboration tool. It's not the best tool, to be perfectly honest. It's not secure. It records some of your, if not all of your conversations and video, and they retain the rights to the intellectual property there. And that's been an increasing attack vector for phishing attacks through Zoom. On the topic of phishing attacks, keep an eye out, because they are on the increase with COVID-19 related posts and emails. So best place for that is gov.gg/coronavirus. That's where you're going to get the most up-to-date information about the pandemic as it affects our island here. Something a little bit weird for some people. I'm sharing my office with a trust and fund admin company, an accountant and a grammar school student, as well as my Shaw office here. So I do still lock my computer when I leave it. May sound daft because it's all the fam here, but it's still important to keep on those sort of security tips. Just flipping back to the collaboration and video conferencing tools, I tend to wear headphones when I'm on VC, again for privacy reasons, to protect the intellectual property of my business and to protect my fam from the boring chat that they're no doubt going to be hearing coming from me. When it comes to connectivity, we're well blessed as an island in terms of internet penetration. 98.6% of all households have got it. However, within the household, that connectivity is going to be coming under some certain pressures that it wouldn't normally see outside of big sporting events and big family virtual get-togethers. So there's a bit of housekeeping that you can maintain within your environment. So your router is susceptible to interference, so don't have your router sited behind the TV, next to your surround sound system, behind the fish tank, near the microwave, those sorts of things. Try and keep it in a central location in the house if you can, where you're going to maximise your Wi-Fi distribution throughout the property. For mission critical stuff, you can always directly connect to your router through an Ethernet cable. Many households, particularly now, a lot of us are sharing our workspace with other businesses in our houses, are going to have loads and loads of devices. So not only several laptops, but you've got your smart TVs, your skyboxes and other PVRs, my household lights, bathroom scales, all sorts of other stuff. So if you find your infrastructure coming under a little bit of stress, just knock a few of those things off. I don't need my bathroom scales to be telling me that I'm sitting at home eating too much and drinking too much every day, so I can switch those off for a little while. All telcos within the island, so both fixed telcos, have offered a free upgrade from the most basic broadband package to faster standard package. So to get that from Shaw, you can go to shaw.com/faster. Just type in your phone number, and you'll see if you're eligible for a free upgrade for the period that we're under lockdown. Back onto Wi-Fi. Please make sure that you password protect your Wi-Fi, particularly if you're living in close proximity to other places, so you've got no one camping on your Wi-Fi. Take a look at the channel that it's on, if you got the wherewithal to do that, if you are in close proximity to other buildings, because you could be camping on the same Wi-Fi channel as your neighbours, so typically 11 or 36, and try and change that if you can. In my household, I've fitted some extender meshes to the back of my Shaw router. That just extends the Wi-Fi, so I can make sure I can cover all the corners of the house. Particularly useful if you're in either a very new build or a granite property. Finally, I just wanted to touch on staying sane whilst we're in this situation. Couple of tips I've picked up from my work, my colleagues, and other people in the sector. Just try and add some structure to your day. Get up, get dressed. A couple of really interesting things that I've seen amongst my colleagues in our office. Personally, when I get up, get dressed, I'll go out for a quick spin on my push bike, just as though I was riding to work. I've heard of one guy who takes his car out of his drive and reverses it back in, so it's parked in the wrong way round in his drive, starts his working day. At the end of his working day, spins his car back round in the drive, so it's in the same place it was when he left it, which I thought was quite amusing. In short, we've got a lot of collaboration sessions happening. There's more than 6,000 Teams messages goes across my business every day. We use Microsoft Teams, and we're holding more than 100 video conferences using Microsoft Teams a day. And I've seen some interesting things during those during those video conferences. We always switch the video on, so it's not just a voice call, so we get a chance to interact with each other. I've seen a few people pitch up. Well, most of us are casual. I've seen a few people pitch up to these VCs with a shirt and tie and still with their Shaw tags on. And if it adds some sort of sense of normality to your daily grind, definitely do it. I kind of guess the final little tip that we've got is we're all in isolation. We're all in the same boat. Try and drop by with colleagues that you wouldn't normally collaborate or work with in your business. I have a virtual coffee meeting with different people. I drop in on just random people that I don't work with on a daily basis, just to have a quick video catch up, see how everything's going, see how their families are, see how they're coping. And there are plenty of places to go if you're not coping, and there are a lot of resources around the island that you'll find on the web if you are. Anyway, that's it from me. Stay safe, stay home, Guernsey together.